What if the love letter you never meant to send is the only thing honest enough to dismantle the fortress you've built around your heart, and the championship you're chasing on the field is merely a distraction from the victory waiting in your own backyard? In XOXO Summer, S.L. Scott delivers a single dad sports romance that transforms the secret pen pal trope into a luminous exploration of emotional literacy, proving that in lives defined by performance, true intimacy begins when the words stop being curated and start being felt. This isn't merely another athlete meets nanny story with steamy tension. It's a tender, psychologically precise narrative where every handwritten note feels like both risk and revelation, consent is negotiated through vulnerability rather than assumption, and family is rebuilt not through grand gestures, but through the daily courage to be known. From the first ink-stained narration, listeners are welcomed into a world where masculinity is redefined through tenderness, and love is the only stat that truly matters. Perfect for fans of heartfelt small-town romance and stories where healing happens through communication rather than conquest, this audiobook serves up atmospheric warmth, relentless authenticity, and a protagonist whose journey from guarded father to open-hearted partner resonates with anyone who's ever loved someone while still learning to speak their own truth. When retired MLB pitcher Jake Callaway hires summer nanny Maya Chen to care for his daughter during his comeback training, he expects professional reliability, not to discover the anonymous letters he's been writing to process his grief are addressed to the very woman now folding laundry in his kitchen. But as Jake navigates bullpen sessions and buried insecurities, he realizes this coincidence isn't fate, it's an invitation to integrate the man behind the myth. Scott masterfully avoids reducing Jake to stoic athlete or Maya to manic pixie caregiver. Instead, she crafts a relationship rooted in radical reciprocity, where trust is earned through shared authorship of their story, and intimacy emerges from honoring each other's voices without demanding fusion. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional precision, capturing Jake's disciplined restraint softening into genuine receptivity, and Maya's gentle confidence revealing depths beneath nurturing composure. You don't just hear their bond deepen, you feel the seismic shift of three souls learning that love isn't found in perfect innings, but in the brave choice to write your truth aloud. What elevates XOXO Summer beyond typical single-dad sports fare is its nuanced portrayal of fatherhood as collaborative practice rather than solitary burden. Jake isn't merely accepting help, he's confronting how athletic culture taught him to equate strength with silence, challenging the notion that parenting requires emotional armor. Maya doesn't fix his family through devotion, she creates space where his daughter's needs can exist without condition, honoring his authority even as her presence reshapes their rhythm. Their relationship evolves through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing silences during post-practice wind-downs that bypass performance, establishing boundaries that protect both professional integrity and emotional safety, and defending each other from teammates who mistake vulnerability for weakness. Supporting characters add vital texture, coaches whose pragmatism reflect institutional care, townspeople whose gossip encodes communal investment, even the ballpark itself, rendered as a living archive whose echoes absorb decades of unspoken longing. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In lives shaped by loss, tenderness is strategy, and presence is the only true assist. Even the sports mechanics serve thematic depth, with pitching rhythms mirroring emotional cadence and team dynamics becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is pure auditory comfort with substance. The narrator embodies Jake and Maya with remarkable distinction. Jake's voice carries gravelly exhaustion laced with dawning warmth, while Maya's tone holds steady clarity beneath layers of protective gentleness, making their chemistry palpable even during mundane moments. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant crowd roars marking temporal rhythm, rain against porch swings during vulnerable confessions, the hushed scratch of pen on paper syncing with breath during quiet exchanges, all anchor emotional stakes in sensory reality.
Pacing mirrors the cadence of baseball season, deliberate during rest days and reflection, then surging with urgency as playoffs collide with internal breakthroughs. Whether you're commuting through urban chaos or unwinding in twilight solitude, the audiobook creates a portable sanctuary where slowness feels sacred and connection feels lifeline. It's storytelling as embodied validation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a love story that honors both duty and desire. Ultimately, XOXO Summer redefines single dad sports romance by centering male emotional labor within relational frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for satisfying chemistry and hopeful resolution while delivering substantive commentary on athletic masculinity, feminine strength, and the radical act of building partnerships based on mutual support rather than rescue. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional journey. If you've ever wondered whether love can thrive after loss, or if true strength requires embracing help, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most powerful play is simply letting someone else hold the pen. Press play, sign your name, and prepare to believe that even in landscapes shaped by silence, hearts still find ways to speak. Your next favorite romance isn't waiting in perfect victories, it's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to be fully, messily known.